Hello everybody and welcome, I am Bricker Boom. So, we've done the game with Mewtwo and Articuno, and now it's time for the next of the legendary birds, Moltres. Now, you may be wondering, why didn't I do Uno Dos Tres? And there's a simple reason for that. I wasn't thinking about it at that time. Also, when it comes to an electric Pokemon like Zapdos, I have so little faith in it going well that I put it off to the very end. Between Brock, Erica, and other people that are gonna just flat out resist our best attacking moves, I have a feeling that it's gonna be a long one. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about Moltres and the rules of this particular challenge. I can only use Moltres in battle, but other Pokemon are allowed for HM use. I can't use items in battle, and I do allow for the rare candy glitch to prevent grinding. Due to this, I attempt at least 3 times for any battle before doing any kind of level up. We name ourselves Belgian, who is named after Belgian Otaku, a wonderful friend who is hoping to begin their streaming journey, hopefully sooner rather than later. Hi Belgian, I know you typically watch these. This gives our rival the Squirtle, which is likely the hardest for us to fight out of the big 3. Moltres opens up with Wing Attack and Ember, and due to this, it only takes 2 attacks to finish off the rival Squirtle. After the legendary birds, I'm gonna hate going back to Pokemon that lose this battle. Oh, also, we name our rival Runu after the baby rhino because he was in my chat being all uppity. By the way, I do also stream on Twitch, make sure to follow me there. After the battle, we check our ability Pressure, which means that any Pokemon using a move, it's going to take 2 PP instead of 1. We have a Calm Nature, which I believe increases Special, but decreases our regular attack. We complete the beginning game stuff, then immediately head to the optional rival fight. The rival starts with sending out Pidgey first, and we open up with Ember to take it to a little above half. We get a weak tackle, and continue with Ember, and take it down a few turns later. Squirtle's up next, and we open up with Wing Attack. Thankfully, he can't do much damage yet, and a few Wing Attacks later, we're able to take it down and win the battle. From there, it's a pretty easy trip through the forest, given the fact that we have a Fire and Flying Legendary with us. After that, it's time to fight Brock, and we're at level 11 to start, so I can't imagine that it's going to go too well, but they do have a not-so-great special defense. We begin opening up with Embers as Geodude uses Defense Curl and a couple weak tackles. We manage to take it down with a decent amount of health left, and actually level up in the process. As Sonic comes out, we continue with Ember, and Rock Tomb connects to take us down to 7 HP, and lower our speed, meaning he outspeeds the next turn and finishes us off. Unfortunately, most of the attempts go this way until we finally bite the bullet and have to level up to 15. Geodude goes down in a couple Embers, and we actually only lose 3 HP in the process. When Onix comes out, we hit a decent Ember, and for the first time in what feels like forever, Rock Tomb misses. After that, we critical hit the next Ember and take it down to land us the first badge. From there, I'm able to head through the next route, and Mount Moon, and make a beeline for the next rival fight. We did, of course, have to pass up Mega Punch and Mega Kick because our little tiny feets cannot kick very good, apparently. The rival starts out by sending out Pidgeotto, and we Ember below half as we unfortunately get Sand attacked. Thankfully, the next Ember connects and we take it out before it can do more. When Squirtle comes out, we immediately miss and get hit with Water Gun. Thankfully, we hit the next 2 Wing Attacks and manage to take it out with a decent amount of HP to spare. Abra's up, we miss Ember, but since Abra can't attack, we're in not any danger whatsoever. We do end up taking it out. We level up, and Rattata is last, and we immediately miss and get Tail Whipped. Quick Attack does a decent amount, but we do manage to take it out in one shot. So from there, we do the next route, talk to Bill, and make a hustle back to Misty. Time for round 2 of Pain. Staryu's first, and we take it out in 1 Wing Attack. Starmia's outspeeds us and hits us hard with a Water Pulse and confuses us. We smack ourselves and then unfortunately go down next turn. We do try this battle a few different times, but honestly, due to the fact that Water Pulse is a fairly strong move and has the chance to confuse ourselves, we end up just going down time after time. So what we do is we actually go to the previous route that we were on, where we avoided some of the trainers on the way to Bill, take them out for some extra experience, head back to Misty, And with that, we're able to go ahead and, of course, immediately take Staryu out. Starmie is next, and now we for sure outspeed it and land a wing attack to bring it to half. Water Pulse does connect, but the next wing attack is able to connect and win us the second badge. So far, Moltres has been performing about like I thought, especially given the fact the first two gyms are something we're directly weak against. Overall, it's not too bad, but I am looking forward to at least going to a gym that we have some kind of advantage against. Next up is Surge, who still has a type advantage against our flying type, but before we get into that, we have to cover the next rival fight. We don't worry about the random people on the ship except to grab a couple items and then immediately head to the rival fight. Pidgeotto's up first, and we start with Ember to take them out with a critical hit one-shot. Not sure if the crit mattered, but I'll take it. Wartortle comes out, and we use Wing Attack to bring it below half and get hit hard with a critical hit Water Gun. We manage to take it out next turn. Raticate is out, we manage to burn it as we get hit by a soft Hyper Fang and finish it off. And then Kadabra's out. Wing Attack is thankfully a one-shot, and that wins us the battle. Grabbing Cup from the captain and heading to Surge, it's time to throw down against the leader who is likely going to wreck us multiple times. Surge starts with Voltorb and we use Fire Spin to take it out with one shot. Next up is Pikachu, and the same fate befalls the little rat as it goes down without too much of a fight. Last is Raichu, and we hit it with Ember to take it to half. Thunder Wave unfortunately paralyzes us and it begins double teaming, but we hit the next Ember to take it to red. Surge heals up, and we're spending a decent amount of time missing or being paralyzed and eventually getting taken out. Fine. The next few battles go essentially the same until we finally don't spend 1,000 turns paralyzed and missing, and manage to actually go ahead and take it out with an Ember. Had Voltorb not lived earlier, and I'm not sure how it did, and Surge potioned, this likely would have ended the same way, but apparently we were dealing a very massive damage range. From here, we go through the next cave and take the time to get some coins to replace Ember with Flamethrower. After that, like all 10-year-olds do when they become of age, we go to take down a mob boss. Onyx is up first, and I suddenly have the realization how much we're going to be fighting Onyx in the future. Thankfully, this one goes down with only one Flamethrower. Rhyhorn is next, and it also goes down to the one hit. Last up is Kangaskhan, and we take it well below half and get hit with a weak bite before we're able to take it down. After that, it's time to pay the rival a visit, and the line of "your Pokemon aren't dead, but I can make them faint" is way too aggressive for a 10-year-old game. Anyway, Pidgeot is first, so we use Flamethrower to take it down in one shot. Wartortle is next, and 2 wing attacks, and we're able to take it down as Growlithe comes out. Flamethrower thankfully takes it out in one shot, leaving us with some scrambled eggs that we immediately fry up. Last up is Kadabra, and we hit it with a wing attack, and even with the Intimidate, it still ends up taking it out. We go through the rest of the tower, and after that head back to Celadon City, though I may try fighting Erica before heading back to the tower. I tried this in a hardcore Nuzlocke that'll be going up in a few weeks, because, you know, I gotta try different things, and this actually worked out kind of well. Erica is usually a pushover, and I hate running to the tower, doing part of it, going to the casino, beating Giovanni, then going back to the tower. So if I can finish off most of the stuff in this city in one go, that actually might save me a little bit of time. Depending on the type matchup, this could obviously make or break how I do things, but again, more often than not, we're good. Oh yeah, Erica's done and we have the 4th badge. Yes, it was that quick. We have Flamethrower, she burns easy. I think you knew where this was gonna go. With that badge out of the way, we can head to Fuchsia and do the Safari Zone. With that all out of the way, we can make a beeline for Koga after taking out the trainers. Koga has a nasty habit of exploding, so we'll see how this goes. Coughing is up first and goes down to a single Flamethrower. Muck comes out next, and we take it a little below half as it begins to minimize. Thankfully, we still connect with the next attack and manage to take it out. Another Coughing is out because for some reason gym leaders love using duplicates and we take it out without much issue as well. Maybe I should do a video of reimagined gym leaders, what their team would look like if they didn't use duplicates. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see in the comments. Anyway, last up is Wheezing, and we take it to red as it hits us with Sludge but then heals up. We then get stalled out a bit with potions, but take it down a couple turns later to win us the next badge. After that, we're able to make a beeline immediately for the rival fight in Silphco. But if we fail here, we can always go to Blaine first. We don't level up through Sylph and go straight to the rival for our first attempt. Pidgeot is out and we use Flamethrower, and unfortunately only take it to red. Thankfully, it doesn't use Sand Attack and we take it out next turn. I would rather take damage in runs than have our accuracy messed up. Blastoise is out and is very scary by now, but only spams Protect until we hit it with a quarter with Wing Attack. Water Gun does a decent amount of damage, so we test our range with Flamethrower, and they're about equal, and Water Gun is quickly wearing us down. Thankfully, the next Wing Attack crits to take it out, and we level up. Growlithe is out, and we use Flamethrower due to the Intimidate drop, and take it out with a crit. Execute comes out, who is obviously an easy one-shot, which just leaves us with Alakazam, so we attack and cross our fingers. Unfortunately, we only take it to yellow, but Alakazam only uses Future Sight, so we're able to take it down the next turn and win us a fairly clean first attempt. Hey, Future Brickerboom here. Definitely forgot entirely to cover this particular Giovanni fight until the video was already in post, so I just added this real quick. Sorry about that. I will do better next time, hopefully. Going to Sabrina, I feel pretty confident about this particular fight since we have a decent attack stat as well. Sabrina sends out Kadabra, and we open up with a Wing Attack to one-shot it. Mr. Mime is a bit bulkier and goes to yellow with one attack, but then sets up Barrier and then gets healed. After healing, we do get confused, and Mr. Mime sets up more defense before baton passing to Venomoth, who immediately goes down to a Flamethrower. This is admittedly the first time that I've ever seen anybody that I'm going against use Baton Pass, so that was kind of cool. Then it's back to Mr. Mime, who goes down without the boosted defense stat. Alakazam hits us for Psychic all the way down to 20 HP, but thankfully goes down in the one hit. From here, we go through the Burnt Mansion and skip the trainers in Blaine's gym. Given the fact that we have the same typing and the beastly special defense stat, I feel we'll be pretty alright with things. Growlithe is first to come out and immediately intimidates us. Now, some fire Pokemon have Flash Fire, but they aren't one of them, so Growlithe, we immediately take him to yellow with Flamethrower. Fire Blast, despite having a low accuracy, is probably always going to hit me, so we get hit with a Light Fire Blast and he heals up. A Flamethrower and Wing Attack later, he goes down. Ponyta goes down to yellow, and we get hit again with another Fire Blast, and then Ponyta goes down to a Wing Attack. Rapidash is next and takes about a quarter from Wing Attack, and guess what? Another Fire Blast hits, because if I'm using it, it has 5% accuracy. If the enemy is using it, it has 99% accuracy. Wing Attack takes Rapidash to low yellow, and another Fire Blast connects, because of course it does, and then another Flamethrower connects to take it down. Not good. I did not expect every single Fire Blast to connect. Arcanine is last, and we use Flamethrower due to the 2 Intimidate drops by now, and yet another Fire Blast connects to bring us low. We bring it to low yellow, and finally get taken down. From there, the next attempts are basically the same, so we take out the trainers in the gym to at least get the 1 extra level. 1 level isn't much, but because legendary stats are the way they are, gaining 2, 3, sometimes even 5 in their level ups, it could actually be enough to give us an edge. With the extra level, we're not taking quite as much damage from Fire Blast, but the beginning of the battle is basically the same, and unfortunately by the time we get to Arcanine, we're still in the yellow and end up losing a few more times. Even at level 48, we're still getting brick-walled by Arcanine. If it's not using Fire Blast, it's using Takedown, and sometimes even Extreme Speed. With the 2 Intimidation drops, our physical attack does nothing, and even at level 50, we're still losing. However, on this particular attempt, our Flamethrower is finally doing enough output that he doesn't immediately decimate us. The beginning of the battle played out the same, but the fact that Flamethrower actually did enough was enough to let us win the 7th badge, which honestly, I didn't think that the badge would take this many attempts, if I'm being completely honest. After that, it's time to go fight Giovanni for the last time, and I just realized I did not cover the last Giovanni fight. All of his Pokemon went down rather easy, and I had no issues whatsoever. There you go. Now, this should be an interesting gym. Moves like Earthquake won't affect us, which is great. However, certain Pokemon, like Rhyhorn, have rock moves, like Rock Blast, which are 4 times effective, so we'll have to see what happens. Giovanni sends out Rhyhorn first, so we use Flamethrower due to its poor special, and take it out in one shot. The next Rhyhorn comes out, and we use Flamethrower again to bring it to red. Scary Face thankfully misses, and Giovanni heals, so the next turn we're able to take it out. Dugtrio is next, but has a low everything except speed, so he naturally goes down. Nidoqueen goes to red, and then Body Slams and paralyzes us before healing up. We do take it back to red and get Body Slammed again before the Queen goes down. Nidoking opens with Thrash that does a small chunk of damage before we take it out in one shot, winning us a first attempt gym battle against the last leader. After that, it's time to try fighting the pre-Elite Four rival, which could be tricky, but we did go ahead and make sure to pick up Charcoal to boost our fire attack. We use Flamethrower when Pidgeot comes out and get Wing attacked. I would rather take the damage, like I said, than get Sand attacked, because I can deal with the lost health with something like Leftovers or a berry, but I can't fix accuracy from what I remember. Blastoise is next, so we use Flamethrower to test damage and get hit with a hard-hitting critical hit Water Gun. Both Flamethrower and Wing Attack do roughly the same, so it doesn't really matter which I use, but it also doesn't matter because Water Gun takes us out. The next attempts go the same because Blastoise will also set up Rain Dance, which immediately wrecks our fire attacks. Even with a burn on him, Blastoise can typically end up taking us down. It takes about a dozen attempts and some leveling, but at level 60, we finally take out Pidgeot in one turn. This means that we don't have to worry about Feather Dance, Sand Attack, nothing. With that, we don't have any damage when Blastoise comes out, and we manage to take it out. This time, he doesn't use Rain Dance, so our Flamethrower is still full-powered at this time. When Blastoise finally goes down and Rhyhorn comes out, I feel a wave of relief, and we take it out in one shot. Growlithe comes out, and we take it out in one shot as well. Naturally, Execute goes down pretty easy, and Alakazam goes to yellow with a Wing Attack, disables us, then goes down the next turn to Flamethrower. After that, it's time to run through Victory Road and go up against Lorelei. Lorelei uses Ice type, who typically have a Water typing as well, and also have Water type attacks, but let's see how we do. Dugong comes out first, and we're at level 60 currently, and we do about half thanks to being able to burn Dugong, but Dugong is hitting us hard with Surf. We bring it to red, then begin double teaming, but due to the hail damage, we end up falling. Unfortunately, without double team, it's pretty difficult just to get past Dugong. We try a few different times, and sometimes we can make it to Lapras, but there are other times the Dugong just straight up crits us with Surf. Then, a lot of times, Dugong will use Safeguard and prevent the possibility of burns for a few turns, and at level 65, we're still getting pretty much washed away, and even at level 70 until this attempt. We start out with Double Team and then use Flamethrower to get the burn before Safeguard is used. Once Dugong goes down, Cloyster honestly can't do much, so we go ahead and build up some more Double Teams. We then switch to Flamethrower to take it out. When Lapras is out, we take it down with a few Flamethrowers. Slowbro is a bit tanky, but we manage to take it out, and then Jinx is able to go down to a single Flamethrower as well. That was far more complicated than I thought it would be, but we did go ahead and make it past the first of the Elite Four. Bruno is up next, and I'm actually kind of nervous due to the rock typing, but Onix proves to be as useless as ever and goes down to a single Flamethrower. Hitmonchan comes out, and we use Wing Attack to take it out with a welcome critical hit. Machamp, his ace, goes to red with a single attack, and it retaliates by using Bulk Up, which isn't great if it survives another attack. The Berry procs taking it out of healing range, and we end up taking it out. Hitmonlee is another easy one-shot, and last up is the final Onix, who goes down without too much of a problem. Agatha will hopefully be an easy enough fight, but it all depends if our special is enough to take him out. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Gengar is up first, so we open up a Flamethrower, which takes it out and gives us enough EXP to level up, which is always nice mid-fight. Golbat is a bit bulky, but we take it to half with Return and get confused. Naturally, we smack ourselves and get hit with Air Cutter, but we do end up taking it out. Arbok thankfully goes down to a single Flamethrower, and we don't hit ourselves. We do snap out of confusion when the next Gengar is out, and take it down as well. Last up is Haunter, and we take it down for an easy one-shot. Healing up and restoring some PP, we go ahead and go to fight Lance. With Lance being the final of the Elite Four and having some Dragon types, I don't have too much hope. Lance starts out with Gyarados, and we're taking it down with as best as we can with Flamethrower until he oddly enough switches to Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl does go down to 2 Flamethrowers, but unfortunately the Dragonair that comes out paralyzes us, and it's a very quick downhill battle from there. A few attempts later, we start by double teaming with the Gyarados. And in doing so, we avoid a decent amount of Dragon Rages, and then when Aerodactyl comes out, we're able to take it out, and it'll waste a full restore. The Dragonairs both go down without being to paralyze us, which also ruined a decent amount of attempts. We hit Dragonite for a crit and take it to red, then it heals up, but thankfully from there we're able to take it down with a few more Flamethrowers as well, which actually wins us the last of the battle against the Elite Four. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you here. We get annihilated by the rival, mostly due to Blastoise, as I'm sure you probably figured out. I won't waste your time here too much and skip to at least level 75 because, my god, it took a little while. Pidgeot is first, and we start with some double teaming, which helps us avoid Sand Attack, and it goes down. Thankfully, Blastoise misses, and we're able to take it down with some Flamethrowers. Rhydon goes to red, heals up, then gets down by a crit. Alakazam and Exeggutor also go down. Thankfully, Arcanine also misses, and we're able to take it out to win us the challenge. I don't enjoy using double team strats, if I'm being honest, but it does allow us to win the game at a slightly lower level. Without double team and the inaccuracy of Hydro Pump hitting, I would say we'd probably be able to beat the game without double team somewhere around level 83 to 85. Hydro Pump does a pretty massive amount of damage, and despite the inaccuracy, it'll hit more often than not because I'm not the one using it. So to essentially win without double team, we have to be able to take Blastoise out in 2 hits. The first one, live through a Hydro Pump or it misses, and then take it out the next one, and then assume we can one-shot the rest of their Pokemon. So, in closing, I guess, to this essay, the challenge had a few rough parts that I wasn't expecting. Brock was honestly a little bit easier than I pictured, but I think the next video is going to be a lot harder than I would normally want. However, I want to thank you all for being here, and also thank you for 300 subscribers. We're still, of course, streaming on Twitch, but I am thinking about doing a live stream on here sooner rather than later. We've been uploading a lot of shorts, and that, in turn, has been affecting my long-term content in a pretty positive way. By the time this is over, by the time this is uploaded, the randomizer race will be over, and we'll probably be doing some daily DVD content. But my main goal is to keep doing these every Thursday because these are a lot of fun with me. I am starting to get some job interviews and possibly employed by the time this drops, but as always, I'll be sure to keep you updated either in the community page, the Discord, or Twitter, just kind of depends. But these are a lot of fun for me. Getting to play with Pokemon that I never played with as a kid and doing the unheard of by not leveling is a challenge that is just a lot of fun. So if there's a challenge you want to see, let me know in the comments below, tell me in Discord, on Twitch, literally just get in contact with me one way or another. And, as always, if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, think about hitting the like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out.